Welcome back to Firestorm Games and another Games Workshop product review. In this video we'll be taking a look at some of the new Sector Imperialis terrain for Warhammer 40k, specifically the Basilicanum kit that we have here. As with all of these videos, we'll be putting together this kit and discussing what we think as we do so. So let's get started and take a look inside. First of all, we have the instruction booklet. This guide shows you how to construct a ruin that is the same as that featured on the front of the box. The guide isn't quite as well detailed as regular Games Workshop kits and is more on par with the specialist game instructions. This means that whilst the booklet isn't colour coded to identify particular parts of the components or contact points, it does have numbered components so you know exactly which component is being referenced. The rest of the box consists of the sprues themselves. Altogether there are 7 different sprue types, which are broken down into low ruined walls, intact walls, an archway with columns, floor panels with ruined sections, and finally 2 sprues that are used to construct the 2 large statues. So with everything inside the box looked at, let's get started with the assembly. For simplicity's sake, I'm following the instructions, but these kits can be assembled in any layout that you wish, and that's probably one of the biggest strengths of this kit. Much like the previous 40k ruins that Games Workshop created, the walls are all split down into individual panels which feature things like windows, doors and machinery. However, unlike their previous incarnations, these ruins are much easier to link together. This is mainly thanks to the columns that each wall panel is attached to, whose indentations act as quite sturdy contact points for gluing. As you can see, the columns also have indentations at every 45 degrees. This means that should you wish to construct diagonal walls, then this can be done as easily as well. In addition to this, as the columns slightly protrude from the profile of the walls, they also help to provide some support to any floors that you add to your ruin. As I've already mentioned, the walls feature a range of different details. Most of these are variants of peaked Gothic windows which give you the ruins a very Baroque feel. This archaic looking architecture is complemented with more modern looking technology. These include things like vents, fans, pipes, wires and control panels. Now whilst these details look great, this does bring us to my first criticism. The 4 kits that Games Workshop have produced are all based around the same base range of ruins. The only difference between these sets are the different statues that are included in this and the Sanctum kit. The form of this we look into more detail in a moment. This is probably the only area that these ruins are inferior to the older kit, which featured additional themed components and wall panels specific to that kit. These included the temple, industrial and administratum styled structures which help to give some variation to your cityscapes. However, even though these particular ruins are less varied in their appearance, I should note that you can easily attach pipes from Games Workshop's other industrial sets. These pipes fit perfectly into the circular fans in some of the wall panels. Now I've already briefly mentioned that this kit includes ruin sections which allow you to assemble your structures as either smaller intact buildings or ruined areas of larger structures. These ruined sections include ruined wall panels, columns, low wall sections, floor panels and also ruined archways. One tip that I would like to point out is when you come to assemble your upper floors, don't glue the wall panels to the floor beneath. The hollow interior of the columns fit around the raised hexagons that are on top of the columns beneath. These relatively sturdy joins will allow you to add additional levels without having to glue them. This makes things like storage and transport of your ruins far easier and also allows you to change the size and shape of your structures easily. Now as I briefly mentioned earlier, this kit's main difference, other than its size, is the 2 large statues. These robed warrior statues are both unique, with one featuring a spear and shield whilst the other bare-skulled warrior is equipped with a sword and shield. Both statues stand taller than a wall panel and can either be assembled as standalone decorations for your battlefield or as part of a larger structure. So that was the Basilicanum kit from the Sector Imperialis range. Overall, these kits are a great improvement over the previous city ruins. They're much easier to build and are also vastly sturdier once completed. While it would have been nice to have had a few extra wall variants for representing different types of structures, there are at least some opportunities to mix in components from the industrial kits from Games Workshop. Now if you're looking to pick up one of these kits for yourself, the RRP is £60, but it is currently available on the Firestorm Games webstore for 10% off that RRP, and you'll find a link to its page in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please do let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to be kept up to date with all of our latest videos. So we just want to say a big thank you for watching this video, and we hope to see you again on Firestorm Games.